He cleaned his room. He cleaned his room. The boy looks like his mother. The boy looks like his mother. Can you help me with this technical issue? Can you help me with this technical issue? He could do this in his sleep. He could do this in his sleep. Can he do gymnastics in the afternoon? Can he do gymnastics in the afternoon? Your aunt is an astronomer. Your aunt is an astronomer. If it's sunny tomorrow, we can have a picnic. If it's sunny tomorrow, we can have a picnic. Although time-consuming, reading is a great habit. Although time-consuming, reading is a great habit. It was funny. It was funny. They are swimming in the pool. They are swimming in the pool. I shouldn't be doing groceries after 3 midnight. I shouldn't be doing groceries after 3 midnight. Logical. Logical. I forgot my credit card at home. I forgot my credit card at home. There is some milk in the jug. There is some milk in the jug. Can I return this if I'm not satisfied? Can I return this if I'm not satisfied? Is his brother a geographer? Is his brother a geographer? Football is more popular than basketball. Football is more popular than basketball. Turn into. Turn into. When will you come home? When will you come home? When I go to the supermarket, I will buy groceries. When I go to the supermarket, I will buy groceries. My grandchildren are naturalists. My grandchildren are naturalists. They don't care. They don't care. You may have a cough when you have a cold. You may have a cough when you have a cold. Could they make cream soon? Could they make cream soon? I'm here to measure your blood pressure. I'm here to measure your blood pressure. You're not often a blacksmith. You're not often a blacksmith. He lost his wallet. He lost his wallet. Children are playing in the park. Children are playing in the park. Was his nephew the sheriff? Was his nephew the sheriff? We can build this house. We can build this house. Shall we install it now? Shall we install it now? Was your brother an assembler? Was your brother an assembler? You will be contacted every day. You will be contacted every day. Do you have to hunt after one night? Do you have to hunt after one night? I learned to sew to make my own clothes. I learned to sew to make my own clothes. Are there mother-in-law's songwriters? Are there mother-in-law's songwriters? He will travel to Europe next summer. He will travel to Europe next summer. Should I be a blogger after 5 days? Should I be a blogger after 5 days? Why do you like pizza? Because it's delicious. Why do you like pizza? Because it's delicious. We will watch a movie in the cinema. We will watch a movie in the cinema. I sleep 8 hours every night. I sleep 8 hours every night. I wish I had seen the sunset yesterday. I wish I had seen the sunset yesterday. He scratches and saves. He scratches and saves. They went to rest. They went to rest. What assets will be part of the shadow release? What assets will be part of the shadow release? He will learn to play the guitar. He will learn to play the guitar. Can we make any changes to this plan? Can we make any changes to this plan? Should not eat. Should not eat. I don't want to like magazines. I don't want to like magazines. Again. Again. They will play tennis at 4. They will play tennis at 4. You know what's going on. You know what's going on. The flight is delayed by an hour. The flight is delayed by an hour. I don't want to lose my low prices for many things. I don't want to lose my low prices for many things. You look divine. You look divine. Discharge. Discharge. We went to the beach to enjoy the sun. We went to the beach to enjoy the sun. Was Mr. Tandy a teacher last week? Was Mr. Tandy a teacher last week? If they try their best, they can win the championship. If they try their best, they can win the championship. Could not attend. Could not attend. I prefer to take the bus instead of a taxi. I prefer to take the bus instead of a taxi. She is a talented dancer and performs in shows. She is a talented dancer and performs in shows. I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. They are more sincere. They are more sincere. They have to listen to the teacher in the classroom. They have to listen to the teacher in the classroom. He hates spiders. He hates spiders. Out of reach. Out of reach. Don't you have to love? Don't you have to love? Didn't we love 2 weeks? Didn't we love 2 weeks? There are 4 chairs around the table. There are 4 chairs around the table. After finishing this project, we can finally relax. After finishing this project, we can finally relax. He always arrives on time. He always arrives on time. Obligation. Obligation. I will go to bed at midnight. I will go to bed at midnight. Extra fit and fair man is my favorite phrase. Extra fit and fair man is my favorite phrase. White snow is colder than yellow. White snow is colder than yellow. Have you seen Clark? Have you seen Clark? Normally would not be able to provide information. Normally would not be able to provide information. This much. This much. To hit. To hit. Did you see the last episode of that show? Ask. Did you see the last episode of that show? Ask. When the party's over, they'll be partying for 5 hours. When the party's over, they'll be partying for 5 hours. Can I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your pen? It's absolutely boiling. It's absolutely boiling. Separate. Separate. Didn't he insist? Didn't he insist? Lead to. Lead to. He apologized to his friend. He apologized to his friend. How mouth-watering. How mouth-watering. Do you rarely need to lock? Do you rarely need to lock? Can you help me with this assignment? Can you help me with this assignment? Computers are expensive. Computers are expensive. We went shopping at the mall. We went shopping at the mall. Can you lend me some money? Can you lend me some money? Was your aunt a cleaner? Was your aunt a cleaner? It is noticed every day. It is noticed every day. If I were a writer, I would write best-selling novels. If I were a writer, I would write best-selling novels. Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? You were not the focus. You were not the focus. Duty. Duty. This is very difficult. This is very difficult. Their spouse is the mayor. Their spouse is the mayor. One I am in the room in front of the house. One I am in the room in front of the house. He had been looking for a job for a long time when he finally got an offer. He had been looking for a job for a long time when he finally got an offer. He hates being late. He hates being late. 2 weeks won't judge. 2 weeks won't judge. I'm just staying. I'm just staying. The picnic blanket was covered with ants. The picnic blanket was covered with ants. It was completely agitated. It was completely agitated. Wouldn't he be the occasional scavenger? Wouldn't he be the occasional scavenger? He wished he had followed his passion rather than settle for a job he didn't like. He wished he had followed his passion rather than settle for a job he didn't like. Do you know how to dance? Do you know how to dance? I could smell the delicious aroma of the food. I could smell the delicious aroma of the food. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. They study all week for the exam. They study all week for the exam. Could you repeat that please? Could you repeat that please? Shouldn't there be a businesswoman a month? Shouldn't there be a businesswoman a month? Can't be organized. Can't be organized. Which is your favorite movie theater? Which is your favorite movie theater? Aware. Aware. I want to eat healthy food. I want to eat healthy food. Does it every year? Does it every year? Sounds good. Sounds good. He knows the truth. He knows the truth. Shouldn't I always be an orthopedist? Shouldn't I always be an orthopedist? The song that the artist sang became a hit. The song that the artist sang became a hit. They said to me, we're going to the beach. They said to me, we're going to the beach. Can be selected normally. Can be selected normally. Whose voice did I hear? Whose voice did I hear? They rarely take long trips. They rarely take long trips. Can you manage 2 weeks? Can you manage 2 weeks? He likes to take long walks on the beach. He likes to take long walks on the beach. These are delicious hamburgers. These are delicious hamburgers. I'm sorry I offended you. I'm sorry I offended you. I don't notice anything special about it. I don't notice anything special about it. The children played in the park. The children played in the park. The children were playing with their toys in the playroom. The children were playing with their toys in the playroom. Be careful. Be careful. I'm not sure if what you're saying is true. I'm not sure if what you're saying is true. I've never seen you eat a hamburger. I've never seen you eat a hamburger. I want to pay for these items. I want to pay for these items. We'll have a barbecue in the backyard. We'll have a barbecue in the backyard. Their new album is really good. Their new album is really good. It doesn't suggest anything. It doesn't suggest anything. I have a lot of confidence. I have a lot of confidence. If only I had listened to my parents' advice, I wouldn't be in this mess. If only I had listened to my parents' advice, I wouldn't be in this mess. Is there any food or drink you really miss when you're away from home? Is there any food or drink you really miss when you're away from home? Is there any food or drink you really miss when you're away from home? Is there any food or drink you really miss when you're away from home? Shall I push it now? Shall I push it now? The newspaper article highlights the issue of homelessness. The newspaper article highlights the issue of homelessness. Consistency. Consistency. You shouldn't be a nighttime scavenger. You shouldn't be a nighttime scavenger. I'm looking to find out. I'm looking to find out. Why did you walk? Why did you walk? Can't you normally get along? Can't you normally get along? His stepson was an undertaker. His stepson was an undertaker. He usually drinks coffee in the morning. He usually drinks coffee in the morning. He has an artistic talent. He has an artistic talent. Can't I be a scientist in a week? Can't I be a scientist in a week? If the weather is nice, we will go on a picnic. If the weather is nice, we will go on a picnic. Can he do gymnastics in the afternoon? Can he do gymnastics in the afternoon? I'm not feeling well, he told us. I'm not feeling well, he told us. The money was stolen from the bank. The money was stolen from the bank. Take care and have a nice day. Take care and have a nice day. Is his friend a manager? Is his friend a manager? Because I haven't played enough. Because I haven't played enough. No noon. No noon. I am worried about the situation. I am worried about the situation. We do not solve after 5 weeks. We do not solve after 5 weeks. What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this weekend? We were waiting in the ticket queue when they announced an extra show. We were waiting in the ticket queue when they announced an extra show. Shall we be messengers at dawn? Shall we be messengers at dawn? Is her stepson a dermatologist? Is her stepson a dermatologist? I have a lot of experience in this field. I have a lot of experience in this field. Rarely can we challenge. Rarely can we challenge. Travel agency 3 months ago. Travel agency 3 months ago. They couldn't publish it daily. They couldn't publish it daily. At the end of the event. At the end of the event. Was his stepfather a researcher? Was his stepfather a researcher? I had rehearsed the song before I went to the show. I had rehearsed the song before I went to the show. He is a mechanic and repairs cars for a living. He is a mechanic and repairs cars for a living. The shop opens at 8 a.m. The shop opens at 8 a.m. Fun. Fun. What a beautiful song. What a beautiful song. Will we rise? Will we rise? We are playing football in the park. We are playing football in the park. We can throw. We can throw. The mechanic is fixing the car. The mechanic is fixing the car. Will he always notice? Will he always notice? If you want, I will go to school. If you want, I will go to school. Sounds good. Sounds good. After 3 nights they wouldn't be a bass. After 3 nights they wouldn't be a bass. He learned to play the guitar to form a band. He learned to play the guitar to form a band. My friend likes to play the guitar. My friend likes to play the guitar. Take 2 pills a day. Take 2 pills a day. The red car is more luxurious than the blue one. The red car is more luxurious than the blue one. We must not steer at dawn. We must not steer at dawn. Can't you understand soon? Can't you understand soon? We must be kind to animals. We must be kind to animals. Your turn. Your turn. I will study in the library. I will study in the library. In 3 minutes, the foreman may not be. In 3 minutes, the foreman may not be. Do you have organic products on hand? Do you have organic products on hand? What is your favorite memory from work? What is your favorite memory from work? You must follow the rules of the game. You must follow the rules of the game. I can often do a hematologist. I can often do a hematologist. Was his colleague a salesperson? Was his colleague a salesperson? Wouldn't you be a clown at sunset? Wouldn't you be a clown at sunset? The 2 events are linked. The 2 events are linked. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I want to ask a lot of questions. I want to ask a lot of questions. They taste the cake. They taste the cake. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. He knows it inside and out. He knows it inside and out. He never misses his morning tea. He never misses his morning tea. You must try the new sushi place downtown. You must try the new sushi place downtown. How peaceful. How peaceful. We could have it every week. We could have it every week. Make sure. Make sure. What a successful event. What a successful event. Can you set up a meeting for next week? Can you set up a meeting for next week? The concert starts at 2000. The concert starts at 2000. Can they watch? Can they watch? Next month I will be teaching English at a school in China. Next month I will be teaching English at a school in China. Don't you need to measure? Don't you need to measure? You are never a glazier. You are never a glazier. We should brush our teeth before going to bed. We should brush our teeth before going to bed. To wander. To wander. Will you settle in now? Will you settle in now? We were butchers right away. We were butchers right away. I read a book after lunch. I read a book after lunch. Your half-sister was a businesswoman. Your half-sister was a businesswoman. I want to order eggs and bacon for breakfast. I want to order eggs and bacon for breakfast. Can't sit after 4 years? Can't sit after 4 years? He's too young to understand the complexity of the situation. He's too young to understand the complexity of the situation. Sometimes I can't decide. Sometimes I can't decide. It cannot be done this way. It cannot be done this way. Fill in for performance Excel. Fill in for performance Excel. Come back. Come back. I'm going to play ball in the garden with my friends after class tomorrow. I'm going to play ball in the garden with my friends after class tomorrow. I'll try to ping it. I'll try to ping it. Have you heard of this new restaurant? We have to try. Have you heard of this new restaurant? We have to try. If I were you, I would. If I were you, I would. The baby is crawling on the floor. The baby is crawling on the floor. Don't they jump? Don't they jump? He forgot his key at home. He forgot his key at home. Where can I find the payment counter? Where can I find the payment counter? Both parties were happy with the result. Both parties were happy with the result. You can be a field officer in 4 afternoons. You can be a field officer in 4 afternoons. Are you up for a game of darts? Are you up for a game of darts? If you don't come to me, I will be angry with you. If you don't come to me, I will be angry with you. We must not steer at dawn. We must not steer at dawn. He had been looking for work for months until he was finally hired. He had been looking for work for months until he was finally hired. May not be stored often. May not be stored often. Our cousins were hunters. Our cousins were hunters. I'm pushing the daisies up. I'm pushing the daisies up. Before we make a decision, let's gather more information. Before we make a decision, let's gather more information. His voice is higher than hers. His voice is higher than hers. Shouldn't affect soon. Shouldn't affect soon. I was learning to play the guitar. I was learning to play the guitar. We had coffee together after the meeting. We had coffee together after the meeting. Can you see at night? Can you see at night? This job is much harder than I thought. This job is much harder than I thought. Hi, does any team use K6.io to load test both gRPC and HTTP endpoints? Hi, does any team use K6.io to load test both gRPC and HTTP endpoints? No points after 2 weeks? No points after 2 weeks? The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. They are gardeners. They are gardeners. We were very pleased with the service of the restaurant. We were very pleased with the service of the restaurant. The motion was accepted, passed unanimously. The motion was accepted, passed unanimously. Are there stepdads archaeologists? Are there stepdads archaeologists? He visited his friend in another city. He visited his friend in another city. He's worried about the future. He's worried about the future. Watch. Watch. How did you walk? How did you walk? Don't we mean the sunset? Don't we mean the sunset? The movie was too scary for me to watch. The movie was too scary for me to watch. Is there a perfume section in the store? Is there a perfume section in the store? Can you take care of it now? Can you take care of it now? He knows the answer. He knows the answer. Is everything okay? Is everything okay? We planted a garden and grew our own vegetables. We planted a garden and grew our own vegetables. Could communicate at dawn. Could communicate at dawn. Couldn't last 2 weeks. Couldn't last 2 weeks. We don't get involved often. We don't get involved often. Is there a restaurant nearby? Is there a restaurant nearby? I need to check my bank account balance. I need to check my bank account balance. I love playing board games with my friends. I love playing board games with my friends. I have a big project to finish by the end of the week. I have a big project to finish by the end of the week. Can you please describe your symptoms? Can you please describe your symptoms? Is their spouse a developer? Is their spouse a developer? Don't we rarely have to get manicures? Don't we rarely have to get manicures? Brushing your teeth is important. Brushing your teeth is important. He should quit smoking for his health. He should quit smoking for his health. I'm full. I'm full. I'm not sure how to say this in English. I'm not sure how to say this in English. Who will clean? Who will clean? Expired library books must be returned. Expired library books must be returned. Can't wait for later? Can't wait for later? We will speak tomorrow. We will speak tomorrow. My sister's birthday is next week. My sister's birthday is next week. I like to relax at home when I'm done. I like to relax at home when I'm done. Can you verify information before sharing it? Can you verify information before sharing it? I studied English for 2 hours. I studied English for 2 hours. Do you have plans for this evening? Do you have plans for this evening? I was cleaning my room yesterday. I was cleaning my room yesterday. Do you have a penny in it? Do you have a penny in it? I haven't had lunch yet. I haven't had lunch yet. Are you a blacksmith at sunset? Are you a blacksmith at sunset? They had their garden done by a professional gardener. They had their garden done by a professional gardener. You will marry me. You will marry me. Can you check if possible? Can you check if possible? They wish they hadn't spent all their money on useless things. They wish they hadn't spent all their money on useless things. Do you like gardening? Do you like gardening? We are planning to visit our elders next month. We are planning to visit our elders next month. They don't play basketball. They don't play basketball. It's raining outside. It's raining outside. She was singing a song at the talent show. She was singing a song at the talent show. Encouraged. Encouraged. Is your husband a landscape architect? Is your husband a landscape architect? This view is very complex. This view is very complex. I have no idea about this issue. I have no idea about this issue. I want to come. I want to come. Is it possible to customize my order? Is it possible to customize my order? These are my favorite paintings. These are my favorite paintings. We help them with their homework. We help them with their homework. You will need to follow a certain diet. You will need to follow a certain diet. As you remember. As you remember. Reconcile. Reconcile. If I had passed the driver's license test, I could have gone to work myself. If I had passed the driver's license test, I could have gone to work myself. One of my friends is named Tony. One of my friends is named Tony. I missed the train because I fell asleep. I missed the train because I fell asleep. We are hydrologist. We are hydrologist. Can't drive after 5 seconds? Can't drive after 5 seconds? Your stepmother was a driver. Your stepmother was a driver. They take a nap after lunch. They take a nap after lunch. The movie was too scary for me to watch. The movie was too scary for me to watch. Then 1 in the morning it wouldn't shake. Then 1 in the morning it wouldn't shake. And no one else. And no one else. Left the house. Left the house. They are not translated every day. They are not translated every day. He was watching a movie while eating popcorn. He was watching a movie while eating popcorn. I was not selected at noon. I was not selected at noon. Can you give more details about the project? Can you give more details about the project? May not be forgotten often. May not be forgotten often. Would you refuse? Would you refuse? We can't eat. We can't eat. You shouldn't always want to. You shouldn't always want to. Actually, this is for my grandma. Actually, this is for my grandma. Can you give me the details of the meeting? Can you give me the details of the meeting? They want it right away. They want it right away. You are not often an operator. You are not often an operator. Can I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your pen? Don't we need to bake right away? Don't we need to bake right away? Can you lend me a few dollars before payday? Can you lend me a few dollars before payday? Could you close the window, please? Could you close the window, please? They pushed themselves to the limit. They pushed themselves to the limit. I have some friends living in New York. I have some friends living in New York. After 3 years they must be washed. After 3 years they must be washed. The students are listening to the teacher. The students are listening to the teacher. Why did you want to travel? Why did you want to travel? Were their husbands environmentalists? Were their husbands environmentalists? Children should not play with matches. Children should not play with matches. I did not mean that. I did not mean that. What did you have? What did you have? I think I have a problem speaking English. That's why I chose not to attend this meeting. I think I have a problem speaking English. That's why I chose not to attend this meeting. His grandfather was a recruiter. His grandfather was a recruiter. The party is at her house on Saturday. The party is at her house on Saturday. I'm determined to win this time. I'm determined to win this time. Are they night watchmen? Are they night watchmen? He ate a sandwich for lunch. He ate a sandwich for lunch. Overflow. Overflow. I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to the doctor. After 4 days, he may not worry. After 4 days, he may not worry. I saw a shooting star and made a wish. I saw a shooting star and made a wish. The players will train for the match to be played next week. The players will train for the match to be played next week. I sleep 8 hours a night. I sleep 8 hours a night. Contestant. Contestant. He's so funny, he always makes me laugh. He's so funny, he always makes me laugh. Be polite. Be polite. He studied English for 2 years. He studied English for 2 years. Children are playing outside. Children are playing outside. I will do my best. I will do my best. Tony, shall we play hide and seek with you? Tony, shall we play hide and seek with you? He is applying for a visa. He is applying for a visa. One I am walking. One I am walking. There will be no hairdresser in 1 month. There will be no hairdresser in 1 month. This object is a response contract as spoken. This object is a response contract as spoken. Go on, please. Go on, please. My nephew was a clown. My nephew was a clown. I must have a baby. I must have a baby. We can't start the game until everyone has arrived. We can't start the game until everyone has arrived. Do not be late. Do not be late. We repeat immediately. We repeat immediately. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Can I get your number? Can I get your number? These are fresh vegetables. These are fresh vegetables. Do you know? People come here to work with you. Okay. Do you know? People come here to work with you. Okay. What are our options going forward? What are our options going forward? Wouldn't there be a sportscaster every month? Wouldn't there be a sportscaster every month? Repeatedly. Repeatedly. Can look. Can look. What are you doing? What are you doing? I did some work last weekend. I did some work last weekend. Do with. Do with. It's not very festive. It's not very festive. Are we singing? Are we singing? You are adapting. You are adapting. Consistency in exercise leads to better results. Consistency in exercise leads to better results. The bus was air-conditioned on a hot day. The bus was air-conditioned on a hot day. His daughter was a grocer. His daughter was a grocer. I am very tired. I am very tired. He forgot to bring his umbrella and got wet in the rain. He forgot to bring his umbrella and got wet in the rain. You were waking up often. You were waking up often. I'm sorry I missed him. I'm sorry I missed him. My mother passed away. My mother passed away. Can't he get better? Can't he get better? The house decorated for Christmas looked festive and colorful. The house decorated for Christmas looked festive and colorful. Where can I find bathroom cleaners? Where can I find bathroom cleaners? They don't get cold. They don't get cold. What's the problem? What's the problem? I run fast. I run fast. What happened to you? What happened to you? Rarely should be an anthropologist. Rarely should be an anthropologist. It was completely agitated. It was completely agitated. It costs more than I expected. It costs more than I expected. Coffee spills on the table. Coffee spills on the table. Tonight they will have dinner at a fancy restaurant. Tonight they will have dinner at a fancy restaurant. The class was divided into groups for a group project. The class was divided into groups for a group project. I'll call you tomorrow, he said. I'll call you tomorrow, he said. They can try. They can try. Is his nephew a baker? Is his nephew a baker? He does not agree with the decision. He does not agree with the decision. Could communicate at dawn. Could communicate at dawn. The car driver should race immediately. The car driver should race immediately. In its place. In its place. Could analyze. Could analyze. Can I get a refund, please? Can I get a refund, please? You must be calm. You must be calm. Can you show me around? Can you show me around? This is a great find. This is a great find. The dog was digging a hole in the backyard. The dog was digging a hole in the backyard. Hormone. Hormone. What should I do? What should I do? 4 weeks from the police, right? 4 weeks from the police, right? Can't I repeat? Can't I repeat? Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. I hope you are well. I hope you are well. The window was shattered by a strong wind. The window was shattered by a strong wind. Should you never be an electrician? Should you never be an electrician? You are inside Isabel's house. You are inside Isabel's house. We must miss it often. We must miss it often. We will watch the game in the sports bar. We will watch the game in the sports bar. We are planning to go for a walk next weekend. We are planning to go for a walk next weekend. Is his son the sheriff? Is his son the sheriff? The city is noisier than the countryside. The city is noisier than the countryside. How did you do this? How did you do this? He wishes he could travel to all the wonders of the world. He wishes he could travel to all the wonders of the world. Can be a consultant every day. Can be a consultant every day. He's watching. He's watching. Were his cousins dietitians? Were his cousins dietitians? Were you down once a week? Were you down once a week? Inside. Inside. Your wife is a docker. Your wife is a docker. Looking forward. Looking forward. No sweat. No sweat. He's a 2-week trainer. He's a 2-week trainer. Not a weekly advocate? Not a weekly advocate? I play with my friend at school. I play with my friend at school. Can you lose now? Can you lose now? Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else. The girl who plays the piano is very talented. The girl who plays the piano is very talented. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Can't I deny? Can't I deny? Be determined. Be determined. I want to order the chef's tasting menu. I want to order the chef's tasting menu. Cannot go ashore. Cannot go ashore. Why don't we party? Why don't we party? May not buy after a year. May not buy after a year. I only have $8 in my wallet. I only have $8 in my wallet. He needs to clean his car before the trip. He needs to clean his car before the trip. How many pieces of luggage will you have? How many pieces of luggage will you have? They can travel the world and document their adventures. They can travel the world and document their adventures. What is your favorite type of weather? What is your favorite type of weather? We have already booked our flights for the holiday. We have already booked our flights for the holiday. We shouldn't prepare for 2 weeks. We shouldn't prepare for 2 weeks. He didn't start. He didn't start. His stepson was an undertaker. His stepson was an undertaker. I have plans and goals. I have plans and goals. What is the main dish? What is the main dish? Everything is fine, I am available. Everything is fine, I am available. Why did you go? Why did you go? If they knew the answer, they would have told us. If they knew the answer, they would have told us. The shirt is too big for me to wear. The shirt is too big for me to wear. Always introduced. Always introduced. He was fined for parking in the no parking zone. He was fined for parking in the no parking zone. These are your favorite sculptures. These are your favorite sculptures. It tells a story. It tells a story. Your stepdaughter is a pediatrician. Your stepdaughter is a pediatrician. I talked to my teacher about my grades. I talked to my teacher about my grades. We went hiking in the mountains. We went hiking in the mountains.